Here is Kutná Hora, the city of silver. You can see it here, and it's actually a real city. So if you will be in Czech Republic, you can visit the city. It's really beautiful. I took many girls there as a date because that's the most beautiful city in a Czech region, based on my opinion. But I think almost everyone will agree with me. It's really beautiful. Now it's a small town, but historically it was really big, and it was extremely important to the whole Europe, because it was I believe in 14th century, it was something like 20,000 people living there. It doesn't sound like much, but that's what's roughly population of London. Yeah. So you can imagine how big the city was, and there was a competition between Kutná Hora and Prague to be the most important city.
We actually even have a poem about that. So it's like there is a poem which is called like Fight Between Prague and Kutná Hora, and then like those cities are personalized as the two women, and then they have an argument, and this is like from 14th century. So it was I mean, if you are today there, it's really like beautiful place, very small, but this 600 years ago it was really like place to be. It was where you was making the money. Prague was royal city, but this is where the money was. No, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And all of that was because of the silver, because they discovered silver, which we are representing over here in our board. So there are mines, you can dig underground, you can take silver out and actually sell it, make some profit. And you are building the city itself, which is happening here on the board. And if you will build the city in historically accurate way, you will score the more points. Because for us, the theme was first, and how the game works came second. We were always discussing, this is the part of the history we want to tell to the players, and how we should do it, how we can represent this in our game, how we can tell this part of the story. That was our goal, and I think we are really happy how the game is presenting in these days in the final stage.
Actually, whenever we were in doubt and we didn't know how to move certain issue, then we actually really looked into the history, and then we were calling to the museum in Kutná Hora. No, it was very funny. I just picked the phone, I said, hello, I'm developing the game, and then the lady knew me, and it was so funny, but they were always very kind, and they always gave us the answer, so we promised them to bring the copy actually. So,
and we will.
We will.
So, okay, so how the game works, I think that we should discuss slightly. So, every player have these cards in hand, and you will play 2 cards, then 2 cards, and then just 1 card. Yes.
2, 2 and 1.
2, 2 and 1, okay. These are double-headed, so you are playing, for example, mine as an action, but you will not be able to play plot as an action. So you are always choosing, okay, I want this, and this round I will not be using this. You have more options of to do that, so if you really want to play a plot action twice, you can actually do that, but it will cost you some other actions to do. In the game, you are trying to build a city, you are trying to build a mine, and everything is multiple steps. Basically, you are acquiring some land, piece of land where you want to build a building, which you need to have a right to do it. Because historically, you cannot go into the city and build anything what you want to. You need to be part of the guild, and you need to have a right to actually build it. So in our game, it's the same. You need to be part of the guild, it's right here, and then you will acquire a right to build, what is it? Some kind of office. So if you really want to do that office, you need to be part of that guild, and later on you can build it on a plan. You can see these marks over here, that represent how valuable it is for you at the end of the game, and you will score more the points if you will be matching these symbols.
Actually, those symbols, this is a funny thing, because like we want to reward the players for building the city correctly. So there are those actually represent the neighborhoods in the city, and as you can see there are different colors in there, and then if you, for example, if you build this building next to this one, you see the marks are not matching. I mean, you can do it. However, this is not how it would be historically built. So you will not be rewarded by the points at the end of the game. And then what we are proud, I mean, those signs are actually the stonemason signs. So in the medieval time, when he was a stonemason, he was kind of, you know, making those stones. He was kind of as a mark of a quality. This was the signature he was putting there. And they are actually found in many historical cities, on many historical walls. So this is something what is real, and then this is what represents a lot of points at the end of the game. And then this actually we really wanted to do because we want to reward.
Speaking about money, we should introduce you to our economic model. So the whole game is based on a real economic model, which is represented on these counters. And if you know something about economy, you will be really happy with it, because our goal was to make economy works how it really works. So what we have here, this represents how many people living in the city. And these are commodities which you can buy or sell based on if you really need it for something or if you are producing it and you really want to make money. So for example, if I really want to build, for example, this tavern in the city, it costs me 5 wood. But I will never have wood like a component in my hand. I always need to count it in the money. So 5 wood will cost me times 2, which is 10. So I need to pay 10 coins in the bank to actually build tavern. But if there will be more people in the town and more people pushing prices up, so it will go like this, and now you can see price is free. So I will need to pay 15 coins in the bank. You are saying it, so that's fine. So you already know how it works. But prices aren't going just up, they can go down. If there is competition between providers of that commodity, for example, if there will be pub, just one pub in the city, you can sell beer for 6 coins. But if there will be 2 pubs, you can just sell for free, because there is a competition between these 2 pubs.
And you get the price for.
Yeah, but if there will be enough people, the price will go up again.
Because there's more demand.
Yes.
Yeah, because there is a more demand. There's supply and demand system in the game, and it's really easy to handle it, but it's always changing. More people, prices go up. More competitions, prices go down. And it's based on the players, what they do, what they want to do, and based on the moment when they want to do. You want to sell something? Try to push prices high, because you will get more coins. If you really want to need something to buy, then you need to push prices down, because you will buy it cheaper. That's the goal of the game. But of course it's about victory points, because it's a Eurostar game. So at the end you need to have the most victory points to win the game. That's the goal. But you also need some money to do it.
Many things actually are really like driven really by the history. So it was not that we had the mechanism in mind. It really was that, for example, I mean, those countries that are today like tiny and small, they were like 2.5 years ago. This was a huge board that only we could read, nobody else. But the thing was that we said, okay, I mean, this is an economical game. And then what is the most, how to say it, what is the most crucial for the economy? And this is supply and demand. So, and then we said, okay, if we want to have supply and demand, so how to express it in the game? And that was really like the decision that we started to, we said, okay, we need to have supply and demand. And then we were looking for some other games, how they do it. And then we said, okay, we need to make sure that we have certain amount of the commodities. What should be the commodities? And then this is actually funny. On the roof of this casino, there are the guilds that were represented. There is the coat of arms of the guilds that were represented into the city. So we had a look on the ceiling, and we said, okay, I mean, those guys 600 years ago, when they were rich enough to have the coat of arms on the casino roof, they must have been important. So this is how we have selected like those guilds to have them as the base commodities. Yeah. So this is or another thing. Like this is actually this church here is like this dome, and then you might ask like why this dome is not in the city. And then the reason is that actually in reality it was built outside of the city walls for some political reasons. So we really wanted to have it in the city, but not necessarily like on the surface area. And then this is something that you might or might not finish throughout the game. And this is also how it was in the history.
So this is the first game that's using the reboot
Yes.
material.
Yes.
Right.
And then actually this is something what I don't know if this was Peter's idea but I think yes. But the reboot actually is something that we didn't want to have plastic components in the game because this is medieval time. But you know, like wood doesn't give you this level of detail.
Right.
And then this is a new technology developed. I don't know where, but this is
Germany.
In Germany, and it's also produced in Germany. So it's actually the mold injection. So they have these metal molds, and then they're injecting, and this is like 80% of recycled wood, and then you have 20% of the
Something glue, like a glue.
some glue, but it should be also organic.
It's similar to plastic miniatures. So anything, it's possible. Anything what you can do with plastic miniatures, you can do it with reboot.
Because it's injecting more.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
injecting. So level of details is slightly lower, but you can still do it.
Yeah.
How are you finding the players' reactions to Kutna Hora? How are the first reactions of the gamers?
Awesome.
Are you satisfied?
Think we are happy. We are very happy. Yes, and we are actually very grateful as well, because you know, like I think on this Essen Spiel you have like more than 1,000 games, and then many of them are really from renewed authors such as Arnak or you know, like all the other. And then we had, I mean, the people were kind, and then we got a lot of buzz and a lot of attention. So, yeah.
Yeah, we are very happy, and you know, we know there isn't a game for everyone. So eventually, someone will not like it, and we are okay with it because that's how it actually works. But our game is for players who are looking for interaction. If you are a player who appreciates Euro-style games, but also you want to feel other players around the table, feel what they are doing, then this can be a game for you. And I know there are some kind of players who don't prefer that. They really want to focus on what they are doing, and if someone messing with their plans, they can get angry. So, okay, this is not for them. It's a historical game, but there is a really huge research behind that game, so everything is historically accurate. And again, maybe that's not for everyone. Someone can prefer sci-fi theme. I prefer sci-fi theme. It's absolutely fine. But based on all these limitations we know about, the response from the players is absolutely awesome, and we are very happy because everyone seems to be love that game, and yeah, we are really happy with it.
So you will enjoy it slightly more if you are into the history, if you are into the economy, but like it works also for the players that enjoy the science fiction and Lovecraft and that.